Spring is upon us.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It snowed this morning.
Because we are cleaning out the old, repairing what's broke, and bringing in some new.
Like,
let's start with the new.
Yeah.
What's the new thing that we brought in?
Yeah. Do you want to tell everybody?
No, it's your thing.
Okay. So, if you tuned into the last podcast, I was saying that I was going to get myself a treat. Well, I guess it's ours, but I was thinking about myself mostly. And it was going to be a treat for after I finished doing more yard work. And then we went over to our friends Brad and Britta.
Shout out to Brad and Britta.
Yeah. And we played Mario Kart on their Switch. And then when we woke up the next day, we had to go buy a Switch. So welcome to the family, Nintendo Switch.
Woo!
And honestly, I'm so happy. I get to
awesome.
play the Nintendo games, the Super Nintendo games I've been wanting to play since Colton brought it up to Easter long weekend. And I feel good. I feel good also because I didn't break the bank to get it.
I've never seen you do so much math so diligently. What? Like breaking it down. You're like, okay, if I move this money there and pin that, then yeah. Like,
that's what I do every time I get paid. I'm like, okay, this has to go here and this there and blah, blah, blah. And like, what's left over? So make sure my bills get paid. And blah,
I know,
blah.
but they're usually pretty routine. And this felt like you're trying to find room to make something else fit into it all. And it was awesome.
Yeah. I didn't want
It's a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm complimenting you on
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure it made sense without taking away from other plans we have, you know?
Yeah. No, and it's great.
Worked.
It's good fun. I don't game a lot, but Mario Kart is a game I adore.
Oh, I like it, but it just pisses me off, man. It's so annoying.
I know, that's part of why I love it. Like, it's one of those games I love it, and then you play it for a bit, and you're like, fuck this game. I hate this. And you throw it away, and then you, like, a couple hours later, though, you're like, okay, I bet I can beat it this time if I, like...
Well, and right now we're just playing against computers to earn vehicles and all the good stuff so that we can get the right stuff so that we can be faster.
Yeah, and then we can beat Becky online.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. She's a professional.
Yeah, she could make money playing
imagine
that,
online people are just... I hate playing online stuff because people are... They're way ahead of us, Jake. How long has the Switch been out? How long has Mario Kart been out? Like,
so
holy...
long.
Yeah.
I remember we had it as product placement on some film that we were doing. Maybe it was Noel, the Christmas one.
No.
Because we had all kinds of toys.
Then, did it?
Oh, yeah.
No, really?
Yeah. Like,
no.
It was a long time ago. That's like 2018, 2017.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, maybe they've released some other versions, but we had some version of it on that film. But we would all fight over it during lunch break to see who would get to play Mario Kart over lunch break.
You're right. It came out in 2017.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is how I remember dates by what projects I was working on.
Oh my God. Wow. We're way behind.
I know. So all those people have had so much time to catch up.
Exactly. And you know
get good.
You know how crazy people are out there.
Mm-hmm. They're nuts. Especially those video gamers. I don't have the attention span to devote like that much.
I get bored after a while
time.
too.
Like, yeah, an hour or two.
Well, for Mario Kart,
2 hours is a lot for me if I'm on a video game, to be honest.
Well, I could go all day playing a game like A Link to the Past.
I could go all day playing Green Day covers on my guitar.
Yeah. Good, because that gives you something to do while I'm up there gaming for 4 hours.
True. It's good fun. I got a lot to relearn, but it's fun. What else? Oh, big news in the bathroom department.
Oh my God. That's a good way to announce it.
Isn't it? So our shower handle flew out of the wall, and the plumbers were all wishy-washy and gave these extravagant quotes on how much it would cost to tear it all out and put something new in. And today, my cousin was back in town. He's been up in Prince George, but he stopped by and I showed him what was going on. He's like, fuck that. Let's take this. We're going down to Home Depot. And for $140, we found a new handle set that fits right in the pipes And now we have a functioning shower again.
Oh my God. Yes. Snaps to
Thank you, Chev,
yes,
for showing
huge
me,
shout out.
showing me what we like, how we needed to measure and what was important.
It's really insane though what the plumbers were saying. Like they said they couldn't fix it. They'd have to put a hole in the wall to put some other plate thing in, and then we had them just quote to replace everything, and it was over $5,000, and that didn't even include tiling or anything really. So
It would have been like a $10,000 plus job.
It makes
tile.
It makes no sense. I'm so blown. I'm just fuck you.
I am, but I'm not. And you know, Chev and I were talking about this as we drove around to the store, and I was most upset by it because I was trying to express what my budget limits are throughout the whole process and saying, look, I'm literally not going to spend more than this. So like, let's not waste any of our time if that's the thing, but they wouldn't talk about any numbers. And then the quote comes and I'm like, yeah, this is more than I flat out told you, more than $5,000. Like, I'm honestly not interested. I'll find a different solution.
Included pretty much everything we needed.
Yeah, it was going to be double what I already told them I don't want to spend.
Yeah.
And I was just stupefied. I wrote back and said, yeah, I'm not, like, I can't pay that. And they doubled down again with that $1,500 like plate reno temporary fix idea.
That's insane too.
I'm like, guys, my solution was $140 at Home Depot.
Yeah, you really need
to
to tell them that.
And being a little angry that you can't even share that info or educate me a little so I could make that choice. Like, I paid you to come out here. I paid you to install the valve on our water line. Like, I've given you money for a service. I've told you what I'm not willing to spend. And you can't share, like, you're just holding out, hoping that I'll suddenly find this money to spend with you on that.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's just a bad taste.
Yeah.
And it gave me another good, I guess, just business reminder about service and what it means to listen to people and answer their questions. Because, you know, I was happy when they came over and could do that valve because it gave us a temporary solution. We could turn on the hot water everywhere else and we could still go about a pretty normal routine. But, you know, having him say I scoured all over and I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, dude, holy fuck. Like, I know I'm not a plumber, but the fucking roofer solved my problem. Like, cripes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you what I'm willing to do and not willing to do. And you either help me or you can't, but don't try to string me along and think you're going to upsell me on a $10,000 reno job.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like really shitty business practice.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to name them because I don't want to like name call people about it. But just for anyone listening who's in business, like,
be better.
Well, this is what people want. Like, we want solutions. And you know what? Like, how much of your time, Mr. Plumber, would it take for you to just show me that really quick while you're there? Okay, well, if you need a new piece, just make sure these things line up. And then that'll be long enough. And if it screws onto here and the threading matches, then you're good to go. Like, sweet. That's literally all I needed to know. Because I don't know shit about it. And our handle is not on YouTube tutorials. So, like, I'm kind of in the dark. That's all I need. A little assistance. Yeah. And like, man, I would have felt so much better about your business if you could just take a moment to do that while you're there.
Yeah.
It's amazing what can shift people's what I call experience. Yeah. Yeah. The interaction.
So that is actually very exciting. I mean, I think we said in a previous episode too that had happened, but we were still able to use it because all we had to do, so the handle was literally off and it was a hole.
Just a pipe sticking out the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. And so we could turn that valve and release the hot water. Oops, I hit the mic. Release that hot water into the bathtub as it sprayed everywhere to really fill the tub at least, so we could at least have a bath. Yeah. I mean, you were showering at the gym, but...
Yeah, but I still missed that ability to have a shower.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, it's not always convenient to have to go to the gym and shower off.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't like baths, so the few baths I had to have, I'm like, this is awkward. I don't like it.
I do love baths, but every once in a while.
You know? Yeah, so I'm really stoked to have a shower back. And really stoked that it's like a $150 solution. Yeah. That's just...
Now we can wait.
Thank you, Chev. We owe you a case of beer or something.
Yeah.
Or a meat hunk of your choosing.
Okay.
He likes barbecuing.
You're so funny.
Well, I don't know. Meat's expensive right now. Feels like it's a great gift to give.
So are chips.
Yeah,
Potato
everything.
chips. Jeez, there was a bag there for like $8.99, and it wasn't even maybe the size of a family size Lay's bag, which we all know is really what a single person bag size of chips used to be.
It's true. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and they're mostly air.
Exactly.
So let's be honest. Everything's gotten expensive. We were mentioning that too, 'cause as I've been watching our groceries this year, I don't feel like we've changed a lot of our buying habits, but it's just creeping up by the hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, there's a
I
lot
honestly don't get it.
Well, for one, a pepper, like a yellow pepper is like $3 goddamn bucks.
Yeah. You see
So
like
we're
three
not
for
doing that anymore.
$3 for that. It's like a buck a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the quality has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go to Europe. I really want you to taste the food there. Because honestly,
I would like to eat European tomatoes.
Oh, it's so fulfilling. Italian tomatoes. Something I was listening to mentioned that it had to do with the water as well and the ways that they treat water over there. It somehow makes the farming a lot better because Italy doesn't have good soil, which I find weird, but they grow a lot of amazing stuff.
Why don't they have good soil?
It's just really dry, blows away, so it doesn't, and they don't have a lot of like growing areas.
Interesting.
Because there's a lot of dry spots. And of course, getting water around. I don't know. They just, for whatever reason, and I guess because people have lived and farmed there for so long. But they still, I don't know, the food in Europe, I swear, is just, you can have smaller portions because there's better nutrients in it. Like, I always feel like I'm getting more actual food there. And when I come home, everything tastes watery and like, it's like, I guess like the difference between having a Coca-Cola or like a sparkling water, you know, that has hint of, it's kind of that difference. Whereas if you have a grapefruit soda, maybe that's a better example, you know, and you're like, wow, it's all sweet and sugary and rich and full, you know, and you're like, this is amazing. And you feel so full after. But if you have a grapefruit flavored sparkling water, you're like, what's that?
What's the point of that?
And it doesn't fill you up.
Yeah.
You feel empty.
Yeah.
Used. Okay,
so
that's
gorge.
too far. I'm not going there. But I guess that's an example I could illustrate the difference with. It's just, I don't know. Something about the way we treat our food here is not good.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's why we're going to start growing some of our own food.
Some of our own food.
Yeah, my brain is way ahead of my mouth. But going on to some renovations we're doing, because you mentioned you've been digging out the front yard.
Yeah.
Ripping out all the plants that are dying.
I did.
Pulling up every single little rock.
I have picked up hours and hours of rocks. I wish I should share some photos later.
Yeah. It's been amazing progress. I like it.
Yeah.
And we've got a plan there.
I haven't done it in the last couple of days because I've been gaming. So
It's been cold too.
It has been. It's true.
That's not good on the fingers.
Yeah.
Wait for the warm days. Yeah. I was going to say, we have a plan there to put together some planter boxes up front.
Yeah.
To get some more of our own little veggies and herbs growing up there. Mm-hmm. And big thanks to your mom for supplying a bunch of great pallet wood lumber. That's going to make some excellent boxes.
Definitely.
I'm excited to put those together. And like grow more of our own stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully something I really feel like we will get done by June.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And then what else have we been looking at? Well, we're going to renovate the bathroom, or at least change that tub out. It's the last step there.
But I think now that you have fixed it is going to be delayed a little bit.
Yeah, but that's still on the list of things we'd like to do this year.
Oh, for sure. I think we've talked about this stuff before.
I don't know.
In the basement.
I'm just going over it because that feels like the theme of this episode. Things we've gotten rid of, things we've brought in, things we're fixing up. It's that season. That's what you do in spring. You clear out all the shit that you've been hoarding over the winter or you couldn't get rid of. I
always clear out shit. Spring cleaning is like once a month here.
Yeah. But it's more intentional because we got big things. We're going to finish ripping down the ceiling here in the basement. because it's horrendous and I hate it.
Yep.
So much so that I slapped a hole through one of the panels.
Yeah, he punched a hole in the ceiling.
Yep. It's really gross. But also I'm feeling like maybe that's the better way to go about this because there's a lot of screws.
You
And
mean
they take a long
just
time to...
punch it out?
Yeah, just punch.
No.
Get it out.
I
like demoing for that raise.
Of screws in those panels.
And they're all sloppily painted over, so you can't really get the bit in there. You have to like chip out all the paint and then you pull it out. And then there's like 4 more right next to it. I'm like, whoever put this together must have had like a ton of free screws that they had to use up. Because clearly they spent their money on screws and not on materials.
Yeah, it's ghetto for sure.
Yeah, but I'm excited with our plan for it. We don't have it all the way developed, but we're going to spray the ceiling black. Leave it exposed, like with all the subfloor and the cross beams and the piping and stuff. And just spray everything black.
Yeah.
That's plan number 1.
Yeah.
And find a way to hang. My English is so difficult today.
Hang.
Yeah. We're going to find ways to hang some like plants and shrubbery and greens. Maybe some fake, maybe some real. We'll see how it all comes together.
Down here, especially in the ceiling, I think the best way to go is going to be the artificial plants. We just have to find ones that look nice because, you know, you can always buy really shitty looking ones. Yeah, especially since there's not a lot of light here, and I don't want to be picking out plants that are dying in the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And where is that water going to go?
I know, that's true.
So
that's true. I also have exciting ideas for light. Remember, like going around when we went out a couple of times to those dancing clubs. That's what I'm calling them. So funny.
Yes, we went clubbing a couple times.
Yeah, we're still young and cool.
We go by ourselves.
Like the young cool kids do. And but I was noticing a lot of the lighting, and there were some things I wanted to incorporate here, like LEDs and accents, or even, I don't know, last time one of the places we were at had sort of a black light thing too. I was like, oh, that'd be nice. Like, what if you could switch on a black light and there's like some different feel that happens, like you have some iridescent paints or something, and I don't know, like, why not? Be wild, be weird.
Yeah.
We're already going for such a just
interesting looking.
Well, I keep envisioning it, like, we want to call it Warrior Alley, I guess, for those who haven't listened. And I keep envisioning it just kind of like a, I don't know, like a Granville Strip at night, you know, like neon signs and things happening, and like you're out on the town at night. That kind of a feel. So
yeah, our thought was to be like a lounge / studio area, because we have enough space down here to keep a corner open for sort of like a little bar area. I'm not with a bunch of bottles, but like a bar table, and then we also have this TV because we do karaoke down here as well, and then also leaving an area open for studio for taking photos, or you doing your music, also our podcasting and having guests and stuff. Like, there's a lot in the works.
Yeah, well, I envision this as exactly that, like sort of a creative, entertaining space. You know, like, because I come down here and do a lot of my work, and the sort of dark vibe really works for me, because then I can see everything on my monitor a lot clearer. So it works having things kind of dark and like that. But also when you're doing music, it's really cool to be able to kind of create a mood or have it dark, or I don't know, I can bring in some other lights and do, like, you can just create whatever feel you want. And I like that. And I think especially having my guitars and my equipment out, it sort of lends it naturally to a bit of a being out and creative kind of a feel. So I'm excited to see how it takes shape, because
we'll have dance parties down here.
Yeah, there's just some cool things in my mind, and I'll be excited to also close off the laundry area so the cat shit smell can stay in there.
Right?
Yeah, well, for our guests, when they come to stay and visit, then they don't have to smell it either.
I don't know, the ceiling's going to be open, so
yeah, maybe there's still a way to block it out or do something. I don't know. There's a way to solve this problem. I know it. So. Yep. But anyhow, that's all I had on my mind. It's a short, sweet episode.
Yeah.
You got anything else to fill the people in on?
Let's see. Just my Switch. My Switch. Actually,
She's very possessive.
I did on our PairofDinks story yesterday. I'm like, we're on Switch. Add us. Let's be friends. Let's race.
We'll have to post that information somewhere again.
Yeah. No, not a whole lot here. I think you covered most of it. I know these have been a couple of short weeks of episodes, but I've just been working and gaming and sleeping on the couch because Jake's been snoring so badly.
It was twice.
It was 2 nights in a row, but still, it's hard.
Oh my gosh. Let's not even talk about your farts.
Excuse you. You making shit up now.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you are.
Honey.
You can't smell anything. You can't even breathe when you sleep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for listening. We thank you for listening.
Always. Yep.
And yeah, we'll catch you again next week. Bye.
Take care.